AI, or in particular machine learning and deep learning, as a tool to help make sense of things, make sense of the data. But if we're coming back to the business side, I think it's important for a business to the business management to understand, first of all, what is their objective? What are they trying to achieve? Are they trying to enhance the marketing operation? Are they trying to improve their operations, cut costs, improve profitability, more conversions with the customer? What is their goal with the machine learning before they embark on it? And also, what is the data that they have and how they're currently capturing it? You need data for a machine learning project. And it's usually better for those companies that are new or relatively new to the field to start simple. Start with a simple project. Don't go to the most advanced areas like deep reinforcement learning or playing around with a GAN from deep learning, for example. If you're new to the field, as a company, start simple. And because going through that exercise, the company and its internal team are going to understand what they've got, what they've not got, what problem points they're going to hit. And as you pointed out, try and hit the low-hanging fruit, the easier things to tackle, rather than getting lost for 1 year, going around in a circle and coming out feeling they've wasted a lot of time and resource.
We've seen a lot of disillusionment, okay? Because promise was huge a few years ago, and company who embarked on the journey without preparing the data or preparing the thinking or leadership, there was, of course, natural disillusionment that came, that technology is not solving every business problem. Guess what, right? So I guess smarter approaches now being developed. And one of them you pointed, start small, right? Grow big, achieve small success, and then publicize and just attract more followers by doing what you're doing. But this is a general practice. But technology is there, right? So now it's in humans' hands. So.
Yes, no, absolutely. So if we take that back a step, Gartner, for example, published, I think, at the end of 2018 and republished, I think, in early 2019, that 85% of machine learning projects were failing to deliver the expected value. And the 3 reasons that were given. Number 3, quality of the data science team. So it's important that if a company is going to go into the area, they invest properly in the team. There's nothing wrong with giving younger, more inexperienced, if you like, staff a shot at that. But you need someone in the team who's actually brought something to production before. So don't think you can just do machine learning or data science on the cheap, which some companies are trying to do, or outsource it to people you don't know who what their experience is and what their track record is. You need someone in that team, at least one, preferably more, who've actually brought something to production before. Because going through, integrating into the client's back end, making sure something's been properly tested and validated, that the whole machine learning pipeline, etc., into production is quite a intensive process and requires a lot of experience or knowledge. So that's important. The number 2 reason was the availability of data. And often, machine learning doesn't work without data. We talked about why are we in this revolution right now? We're in this revolution because mobile smartphones took off about a dozen years ago. The internet, social media, etc., generate a lot of data. And you look at who's the strongest companies in machine learning. There's no accident that it's Google, that it's Facebook, that Amazon, etc. The company, Microsoft, you have LinkedIn, of course. Companies with very, very large sets of data or access to large sets of data are the ones that develop some of the most advanced machine learning. Then so making sure you have sufficient data, and that data, how are you capturing that data? Where is it stored? How does it have, what pre-processing are you going to have to do to that data for delivering? There's the expression, of course, garbage in, garbage out. So if you're feeding you can use the most powerful deep neural network in the world, but if you're feeding it garbage and training it on garbage, it's going to give you garbage back. And then the number 1 reason was the fact that the data science team, worked on something that was of no value to the company. And that, I think, can be viewed as a communication failure in my view, that the data scientists typically talk one language, and the business team, be it marketing or finance, for instance, talk a different language. And the two have a completely different understanding, perhaps, of what's expected or the deliverable. Maybe the marketing team or the finance team, whatever, the strategy team, are imagining that they're going to get some, flying robot, something amazing that can do artificial general intelligence, and the data scientists have a completely different view of what they're expected to deliver. They wouldn't be able to deliver that flying robot with AGI anyway. Not at this moment in time anyway. But using an extreme example, and I think increasingly we need the data scientist team to start to understand the business team better, and for the business team to start to understand data science better as well. The business team may not get to the point of understanding the coding, etc., and more of the advanced mathematics or statistics, but they at least need to understand the key limitations and capabilities and terminologies. So, and likewise for the data science team, they have to understand the business priorities as well, and what they're looking for in terms of return on investment. What should they target on the ROI that's expected to deliver? So it comes back to trying to formulate the objective and the problem we're trying to solve clearly. Are we trying to increase, are we trying to tackle churn rates of customers? Are we trying to expand the customer base, going for promotional activity or targeted promotions to customers? Or are we trying to reduce costs on the operations and the supply chain? What are we actually looking at? What's the most important thing right now for this company? And what data have we got to actually enable that within the company? So I think that's going to be very important in terms of the framework.